Hello, my name is Celeste Macias, and this is my presentation, Who are my government representatives? Overview about this presentation, what I will be covering is the United States Senators, United States Congressman, California State Senator, California Assembly Member, and gerrymandering. The United States Senators that represent California are Dianne Feinstein, who is a Democrat. She's a senior senator, and also Kamala Harris, who is also a Democrat. So a little bit of information about Dianne Feinstein. She is a Democrat, as I had mentioned. She's been a senator for California since 1992. She also served as the mayor of San Francisco. She was the 38th mayor from 1978 to 1988. She is a ranking member on the Senate Committee on the Judiciary, which covers, it's one of the original standing committees, has one of the broadest jurisdictions in the Senate, ranging from criminal justice to antitrust and intellectual property law. She was the first female senator appointed to serve as a member of this committee, so that is definitely a cool accomplishment. She serves on several subcommittees as well. She serves on the Senate Select Committee on Intelligence, which covers immigration, refugees, and border security. Has oversight responsibility for 16 civilian and military agencies and departments that make up the U.S. intelligence community. She's also on the Senate Committee on Appropriations and serves on several other subcommittees as well. She is the co-chair on the Senate Drug Caucus, which oversees anti-narcotics initiatives, and she also is a big supporter of breast cancer research and funding. Kamala Harris is the other senator from California. Kamala Harris was just recently elected in this past elections in November. Prior to being elected as a senator, she was the 32nd Attorney General of California. She was elected in November of 2010 and also was reelected in 2014. She was the first woman, African American, and South Asian to hold the office. So that's a pretty cool accomplishment for her. And as I had mentioned, she was just elected to the U.S. Senate in this past November elections. This is a map of the 42nd Congressional District. This is the areas that are covered by the 42nd District, is the western edge of Riverside County, including the cities of Eastvale, Norco, Corona, Lake Elsinore, Wildomar, Canyon Lake, Menifee, Murrieta, and a portion of Temecula. And I live in Corona, so of course this is the district that represents me. The representative for this district is Ken Calvert, who is a Republican. He is from Corona, and Ken Calvert was first elected in 1992. In the 115th Congress, he continues to serve on the House Appropriations Committee. He's the chairman of the Interior and the Environment Subcommittee. He's also a member of the Defense Subcommittee and the Energy and Water Subcommittee. He was also selected to serve as the chairman of the California Republican delegation. And that's all about Ken. This is the map for the 31st district for the California State Senate. And so, as I mentioned before, I'm in Corona, in El Cerrito, actually, to be exact. And the 31st district, the 31st State Senate district, includes portions of Riverside County, including Corona, Eastvale, Jurupa Valley, Moreno Valley, Norco, Paris, and Riverside. The state senator representing District 31 is Senator Richard Roth. He is a Democrat. He was sworn into office in 2012. So he was just reelected in this past election, so he will be serving another 4 years. Senator Roth is chair of the Senate Budget Subcommittee on State Administration and General Government. He chairs the Senate Insurance Committee and also serves as vice chair of the Joint Legislative Audit Committee. He also serves on the Joint Committee on Emergency Management Services and the following state policy committees: Budget and Fiscal Review, Transportation and Housing, Health, and Veterans Affairs. He's also a member of the Senate Select Committee on Defense and Aerospace, and He was appointed in 2013 by Governor Brown to the newly created Governor's Council on California Military Future. As you can see from his uniform, he is retired military. He is a strong supporter of veterans' rights and services for veterans and educational and other veteran support services. He was a strong supporter of the California Veterans Bill of Rights. And recently, he and State Assembly member Sabrina Cervantes introduced a measure to improve rehabilitation and recovery for veterans. This is a map of California State Assembly District 60. And District 60 includes Corona, Eastville, Norco, parts of Riverside, and Jurupa Valley. Sabrina Cervantes is a Democrat. She is a state assembly representative for this district. She was just elected in this past elections, November of 2016. It was a very, very close race between her and the former incumbent, who was Eric Linder. She won by a very small margin of votes. Prior to being elected, she was the district director for Assemblymember Jose Medina. She is a lifelong Riverside County resident and the daughter of a former mayor. She went to school here at UC Riverside and also completed an executive education program at the Kennedy School of Government at Harvard. She served as the director of the California Voter Registration Project and also serves on the board of directors for the UCR Chicano Latino Alumni Association. And she's a member of the Human Rights Campaign and the PIC group of young professionals. So I have yet to see what she does for this community, but hopefully she does some good stuff. So now we're going to talk a little bit about gerrymandering. The question was posed, do you see any possibility of gerrymandering in any of your districts? Why or why not? I believe that there's a possibility of gerrymandering in any district. We live in this Inland Empire, and specifically this area surrounding like Corona, Norco, where I live. There's sections of affluent people, there's sections of very poor people, there's sections where there's very little minorities, there's areas where it's predominantly minorities. So depending on when they redistrict and after the census and what happens, it just really depends. There's always a possibility of gerrymandering, and they erase the line and draw it in another little section, and it can be a completely different district. So I think it just really depends. It's always a strong possibility. And this concludes my presentation, and thank you for watching.